You ready for this?
And we're back
this
on
time
the
it's
air
gonna come out of nowhere.
with Off the Wall by Lance Morrison.
Thank you very much.
See
What
that?
you got for us? We heard you killed last night.
Yeah, you heard that. I said that.
Did you perform too?
It was last night. Ooh.
Hey! Hope you got paid for at least once.
Let me just share an aside here because I've been thinking about this. I've been taking some stock in my life recently, and some would call it a midlife crisis. I would call it an entire life crisis.
I would take preferred stock on that if I were you.
Mr. Colbert here needs to be admired. He's doing something in his life now. He's changing gears. This is probably something he's always wanted to do. He has his own radio show. He's entertaining. He's doing some cool things.
Well, I have my own radio show. I don't know about that entertaining part.
In a way, he's kind of inspired me to consider doing some other things. And he's just one of many, kind of an amalgam. And so I'm really pursuing this comedy thing. So what has happened is I talked to the promoter at the comedy club, Tony Kemp. Tony's been doing comedy around the area for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And
gotcha.
I told Tony, I said, listen, I don't, if I'm going to try this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take it as far as I possibly can. Before, you know, I don't want to look back and go, wow, crap, I had an opportunity, I should have done that, and I didn't do it.
So you're going to the Apollo.
So I'm going to the Apollo. And
Nice.
Tony said, well, let's do a videotape. And we'll pursue this, and we'll see how far it goes. I do see you looking at me there, Goofus. I'm trying to ignore you.
Nothing but respect for you.
So I'm pursuing this. I'm pursuing this comedy thing.
Piss off, you red-nosed bastard.
I'm listening, Lance.
Hey, I'm listening, Lance.
We are all listening. We're just more
So all I got to say to everybody listening out there, if you have a dream, if there's something you've always wanted to do, you need to go out and do it.
Yeah, I like that.
You
like that.
don't, regardless of, it doesn't have to be on a big scale. It doesn't. You don't have to conquer the world. But if there's something you love to do, life is too short. You need to go out there and do it. With that being said,
amen.
That was very well spoken. That was very well said, Lance.
Thank you.
You obviously forgot where you are.
I'm thoroughly impressed, and I now feel bad for ripping on you. That, however, will pass.
Actually, I don't feel bad about
Okay,
that at
yeah,
all.
me.
Don't pass anything in this room while I'm here.
Especially gas.
I've already passed that, like a stone.
So next week, I'm taking a couple of weeks off from the club, and I'm developing some new material. But you know, the interesting thing about comedy material is the real stuff is the funniest stuff.
It always
Now, my
is. Sure.
my stepson is getting married on the 21st, which is Sunday.
Congratulations.
Sunday at Boone Hall.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking about about weddings because I'm also a professional DJ. I don't know if any of y'all knew that or not.
Wait a minute. I could use you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Good.
DJ Flem.
And anyway, I'm a professional DJ, and I've probably presided over.
Why do you think we had to put these caps over the microphones?
I'm sorry.
His name is Flem.
No, that was a beautiful message, but I just imagine like DJ Flem up there with like the dueling banjos, like this next track is gonna whoop y'all's ass. And
Were you bald as a child and played the banjo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have as many teeth then either.
Let the
Sort of like
man have
Percy.
his segment.
I'm saying, go ahead, Lance.
I have 2 minutes.
This is yours. We'll stop.
Yeah.
You know, they did invent the toothbrush in Monk's Corner. Did I tell you that?
Well, because they had a tooth.
No. If they'd invented it anywhere else, it would have been a teeth brush.
But that's a good one.
Anyway, I've been a DJ at probably more than 200 wedding receptions over the years.
Nice.
And these are some of the things I've seen. Have y'all been to a wedding in Charleston?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to one.
Okay. Here are some observations of weddings in Charleston. I've been to way too many of them. Here's one observance: outside wedding in July in Charleston, South Carolina, on the beach or at a historic garden. I got one word for that: insane. It is cooler in hell than it is an outside wedding in Charleston in July. Now y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The bride's out there melting like the Wicked Witch of the West and screaming like her sometimes too. The bride's parents are all sweaty and pasty on top of being broke. And Granddaddy is running out of oxygen because the outside air is 97% water. Any event that I have to attend where I sweat more than I do when I'm cutting the grass ain't going to work for me. Unless, of course, there is a big payoff. I'm talking about a nice reception with a lot of beer, great food, and a lot of beer.
Yes. Yes.
One
Keep it coming.
final thought. Women, what is up with the bridesmaids' dresses? I love you women, but y'all always seem to be going at each other on one level or another. The wedding is a fine example. The bride gets in her head that it is her day, and she's going to have 4 bridesmaids, and they are going to spend way too much money on a pastel-colored dress that they will have no reason to wear ever again.
It's true.
You would like to think they might say at another wedding, but they won't. They could if they were a bridesmaid at another girlfriend's wedding, but the next bride would just as soon poke her eye out with a shrimp fork than repeat a color scheme from a wedding she herself was a bridesmaid a year earlier.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
So you ladies just stick at each other and it goes around in a circle. It's even worse if it's a college sorority. Now there's some woman out there in this audience tonight who has a closet full of dresses that looks like an Easter parade in a cul-de-sac.
That's good energy in a cul-de-sac.
Because there are pinks, fuchsias, periwinkles, and maybe a light green all in there. Why? Because she was the last one in her group to get married. Testify, ladies. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
They did a movie about that.
Again,
27 dresses.
27 dresses, yeah.
Yes.
Again, the brides do this because in their heads, they're singing, "It's all about me." The final poke in the eye is that more often than not, these dresses are strapless. There's nothing more entertaining and intriguing to the men at a wedding reception than watching a big bosom.
I can't watch that.
Listen to this. A big
You
bosom.
can type in TNA to them this
I
one.
know. Are you sure you want to stay on the show?
Listen. Then a big bosom, sweaty woman pulling the front of her dress up all night.
Oh, God,
So
yes.
her
I
boobs
see that.
don't fall out.
Oh my God.
They can deny it if they want to, but any bride worth their salt would find it hilarious and somehow satisfying if one or more of her bridesmaids had a wardrobe malfunction.
It is so true, dude. No, that is, you
There's
testify, brother.
nothing like the humiliation of another human being lift you
No.
up.
Oh, and they always
No.
squeeze the
It's
fattest
not-
bridesmaid
it's
into the
not-
sleeveless dress.
It's not even
Oh my
human
God.
beings, Jay. It's not even human beings. And don't take offense to this, Brooke, but you women are geared differently. Do I have time? Do I have time? Do I
You
have
got
time?
about a minute and a half.
Okay. Here's my thinking. If you and I got pissed off at each other, okay, and we decided we were going to go
Like
outside,
always.
right? And we were going to go outside and we were going to duke it out. Okay, men, what we do is we go outside and we just pound on each other. So one guy wins and says, "Okay, that's it. You know, I've had it with you." The other guy's laying down there. 2 women go outside, same fight. The goal is not just to beat the other woman up. No, the goal is total freaking humiliation, annihilation. If you can remove some hair, a chunk of hair, perhaps it will never grow back. But maybe
But you're going to brush now.
Yeah.
maybe a scar,
Yeah.
a scar on the face. Probably.
Never mind the clothing that's being torn off.
Right, the clothing. It's clothing optional in a girl fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's never too hot chicks either.
Well, you
It's
never
always
want
one-
to jump in there too soon.
That's right.
So,
you always want to make sure there's not a view that's coming
That's
up.
my thing, because you mentioned, people, humiliating people, because guys at weddings, at wedding receptions, by the time they get to the wedding reception, the guy's like, and you can attest to this,
Oh, yeah.
they're basically halfway in a coma.
Yeah.
They're being dragged around by the...
How do you expect them to survive this whole
Right.
period?
They don't give a rat's behind about what's going on. They
Yeah,
just,
for all you know, you just got elected to the Senate.
Right.
Because everybody's just shaking your hand and telling you a good job. And you're wearing a nice
Every
suit.
time something has to be done, they need to pry him away from the bar, or he's smoking a cigar on the deck. So that's all I got. That is off the wall.
Off the wall with Lance Morrison. Thanks, Lance.
We'll
We'll
be
be
right
right
back.
back.
Radio.com live.